trying. Well, we're trying, and we're still sending data, and we're still waiting. And now we're going aliving. Yes.
We are living now,
Yes, sir.
and it is the 15th of Juning, 2023ing. I am
15th of June.
Bearharting.
Yes.
I am the king of all cat stories, and
King of the cat soul.
King of the Catsul, King of the Catsul. I have a cat. I have a cat.
I don't know. Is the Tarzan story on one of our podcasts?
It actually sure is.
It's on one of the podcasts that's already up.
I think on one of the very first ones. Yes, it is.
Yeah. Okay. So
no.
we were just talking about Tarzan the cat. So if you want
that episode, I believe, is growing up in Hollywood.
That's what I was going to say, but I don't think it's that one. I think it's the one.
I think it's that one.
Well, listen to all of our podcasts and let us know if we're wrong. But I believe the story about Tarzan the cat is on one of the episodes that's already live. And we were just reminiscing about Tarzan the cat. Tarzan the cat was very special to me. So how this came about, I saw Kirsten's shirt, which is the 4-6's Ranch in West Texas. Pardon?
Is this the right way for you guys? Or is it?
Yeah, it's only mirrored on your screen, just like my shirt says Asan on my screen. But on your screen, it probably says
mine
NASA.
It doesn't, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But the 4-6's Ranch is one of the oldest ranches, still operating, one of the oldest ranches in the world. And it's a huge ranch. It's probably the largest ranch in the country. And it's in West Texas. And I've been there and I've seen it. It's absolutely brilliant. And it's now the kitty is drinking coffee. I know what that looks like now because your mouth goes like this.
Yep.
It's like how a cat would drink, except a cat would probably lap it up.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. Yeah, we have cups around the house that are referred to as Momo cups or Momo water. And those are cups without lids because if there's water in a cup without a lid, Momo has at some point put his face in it.
I see.
And drank out of it.
I see. Yeah. So we were talking about the 4-6's Ranch and the fact that I did for a while live on a ranch. It was an abandoned ranch. It was an old ranch. Me and a friend of mine, we were caretakers for this, plot of land that was no longer a working ranch, but had been for quite a while out in Canyon Country, California. That's actually the name of a town in California, Canyon Country, which is near Saugus in Southern California. And this story is convoluted. And while we were there, my friend who lived there with me, he brought along about a dozen cats, which flock grew to, on average, 25 to 30. It would go up and down depending on coyote season and such. And but there was one cat very special to me. He was a silver male, and he when he was very, very young, he climbed up to the roof of the house and jumped off, and he thought that was fun, so he went and did it again. And so I named him Tarzan. And Tarzan grew up to be this gigantic tomcat, and actually one day actually killed a coyote, and I saw it with my own eyes. It was amazing. But the endearing thing to me, and that makes him, according to Ricketti, the goat of cats. And I don't dispute that, but he was also incredibly affectionate, and he was undeniably my cat. I would be walking around and he would jump up on my shoulder. I'm 6'4", almost, 193 centimeters for those of you who are not muggles. And he would jump up on my shoulder from the ground. He would just jump up on my shoulder and ride along with me while I,
icon behavior.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right, guys, I got to take off real quick, but I'll see y'all on the next one tonight.
All right. Ricky's got an appointment she needs
Yes.
to take care of. Important stuff.
All right.
We will
Yep.
see you soon.
I'll see you later. Bye, y'all.
All right. Bye. And yeah, so anyway, that's what we were talking about, and that's why we were laughing about. I don't know what we were laughing about. We were laughing about cats. But Tarzan was definitely the goat of cats. All right, so good morning. It is 11:05 here in fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada, and I have no idea what's going on today. I mean, for in my world, I woke up this morning and just had to watch. It's Star Trek Day. Yes, and I have my pin on. I have my rainbow, live long and prosper,
and Pride Month celebration.
So I just had to, get up and first thing watch the new episode of Star Trek: Strange New Worlds.
I feel like that's a way to start your day,
Yeah, no spoilers here, but there's a title card at the very end, and it's not a spoiler, so it's okay. But there's a title card at the very end that is because apparently since they finished production on the first season is when Nichelle Nichols died, and so they had a title card at the end that says, "For Nichelle, who was first through the door and showed us the stars, hailing frequencies forever open." Her impact on not just Star Trek, but on American culture, and especially Black American culture, is just, you can't overstate it, her impact. I was watching Whoopi Goldberg the other day talking about she wants to host Wheel of Fortune because Pat Sajak is retiring and Whoopi wants to take it over. But she actually, when she heard they were rebooting Star Trek, she went through her contacts and she said, "I absolutely must be on that show for the next generation." Of course, she played Guinan. And she says that her reason for that, when she was a little girl and she saw Star Trek on TV, she went running and told her mom. She says, Mama, there's a black lady on TV and she ain't no maid." And that speaks volumes to the impact of Nichelle Nichols. There's one of the first women to go up in space is a black woman, and I forget her name. I'll think of it. She says it was Nichelle Nichols who inspired her to become an astronaut. This just cannot be overstated. And so I was really, really happy to see that they obviously get it. First through the door and showed us the stars.
I like
I'm a little bit verklempt here.
Is open forever. That was my favorite part.
Yeah. Hailing frequencies forever open. Yeah. So anyway, so there's that going on. I'm always really excited about Star Trek. I'm a total Trekkie. There's no hiding it.
No denying it.
I mean, I'll watch Star Wars stuff, and I still haven't gotten around to the latest season of Boba Fett or whatever they call it, the Mandalorian. I enjoyed the first season, and I really enjoyed Baby Yoda, who I know that's not his name. It's like Roku.
That's Star Wars.
Yes, that's Star Wars. Yeah, I do enjoy Star Wars, but I am a total Star Trek nut. I love Star Trek. To me,
like me and my Marvel, the boys last night wanted to watch the new Shazam movie.
Yeah.
And I was like, what is going on? Like, I literally have no idea. And I was like, it's DC. I was like, turn it off. No, I didn't say that.
Well, I don't hate all of DC. I mean, most of it is pretty crappy. I enjoyed the first series of Superman movies with what's his name? Those were really good. They were fun. They were, irreverent. They were comical. They were fun. I've watched a little bit of the WB DC stuff, You know, I can stand it for a little while. The Supergirl was pretty good, but I didn't finish it. I got bored with it after a while.
I feel like they tend to get more cheesy
Yeah.
quicker than the Marvel stuff. But I also think that my view is skewed because I love Marvel. I love Marvel so much. So I was like trying to watch Marvel movies like as if I was a DC fan and thinking if I would have that, and it just didn't work.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
You know, and Batman, I enjoyed the Michael Keaton Batman movies. I wasn't so much a big fan of the Christian Bale Batman movies. I thought, I mean, they were fun as action movies, but they weren't Batman. So this is the thing. Everybody misses the point of Batman. Batman was Sherlock Holmes with better tech. Batman was the anti-superhero. He had no superpowers. All of his powers were because he had great tech, and he was this super genius who also had inherited a lot of money.
but also he did like a Tony Stark thing where he, you know, gave back to the community and provided for Gotham City and
right. In the comics, he was like that. He was this, benevolent billionaire who, when night fell, he would go and he would fight supervillains, but he would use his brain and he would use his bat computer. And, actually the 60s, the corny 60s Batman TV series got it right. That was Batman. That was who Batman was. He was, all American white bread, goody two shoes, and, could not tell a lie and always did the right thing and, moralized a lot. But he solved crimes using his brain and his resources. And in all of these, Dark Knight Batmans, it's all about the violence and he's basically an entitled white man criminal who gets away with murder. And I mean, it's not attractive to me. It's not attractive to me. Christian Bale is a great actor. And I think one of his best roles was in The Big Short, where he played the guy, the trader who figured out the housing crisis. You haven't seen that? It's a really fun movie.
I was thinking my favorite Christian Bale movie was why is my words aren't going to come out right? The Mechanic.
The one the one where he plays Shelby with the Ford cars.
Yes.
Yeah, Carroll Shelby. I don't think he's Carroll Shelby, but maybe he is Carroll Shelby in that. But he's the mechanic guy. Yeah, he's really good in a lot of stuff. What was the one where he was like a psycho? American Psycho, I think it's called.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he was brilliant in that. I really enjoyed that movie.
But I just came to the realization that when it comes to like DC versus Marvel, I prefer the DC villains.
The DC what?
Villains.
Oh, the villains.
Big Joker fan. All the Joker movies, all the people that have played the Joker, Jack Nicholson, Heath Ledger, the most recent one, not Gerard Butler, freaking Jared Leto. Love them.
Yeah.
So I think that's my issue. I root for Marvel good guys.
Yeah, and what's her name? Joker's girlfriend. She's great.
Oh my gosh, what is her name?
Yeah. She was like every girl's Halloween costume for a couple of years there. Harley Quinn. Yeah, there's animated Harley Quinn on HBO, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't seen them yet, but I kind of want to look at those. Yeah, because the Marvel superhero the Marvel superheroes are clearly the good guys, and their villains are clearly the bad guys, and it's not so clear with the DC ones. The DC good guys,
Are
they
they
commit a lot of crime.
bad things? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean
And
they're almost like the boys on.
oh my gosh, I forgot the freaking best rendition of the Joker movies. Joaquin Phoenix. When
Oh,
he
is that the one? Yeah,
freaking phenomenal.
yeah,
So that's
yeah.
like 4 Jokers. And I
Yeah.
love them all. I love them all.
Well, Michael Keaton, the perfect Batman. And did you see that movie he made, Birdman?
I don't think so.
Oh, there's a movie, I think it's called Birdman, and he plays an actor who is, in the September of his career, and he hasn't been getting a lot of work, and he gets hired to play in a play that's spoofing the superhero character that he used to play, which is called Birdman, and it looks
Instead
like,
of Batman.
yeah, it's obviously a pastiche on Batman, and how much he like resents being typecast in that and all this, and it's absolutely brilliant.
So
And
he
it's Michael
plays
Keaton.
himself.
Well, he plays a caricature of himself, but it's
Okay.
not he's not named Michael Keaton in it.
Gotcha.
And it's a brilliant film in so many ways. The whole score is just a drummer going at it, and the whole film is shot as if it's in one take, and it's beautiful on every level. I know the name the name of the filmmaker, and I can't pronounce his name. It's South American. Ignacio something. I don't know. I'm not going to try to do it. And let me just check and make sure the film is actually called Birdman.
Well, and speaking of soundtracks on movies, that's like Phil Collins when he wrote the Tarzan soundtrack.
Yeah, but this is literally one instrument.
Well, they were like,
Yeah.
hey, it's a kids movie. We want you to write the whole soundtrack for it. And Phil Collins was like, hold my beer. I'm about to make 10 bangers. And we're going to put them all in this movie.
Yeah. I'm gonna just a second here. I'm gonna just share my screen and display the poster, because it's actually a brilliant poster. And if you've seen the film, you'll recognize it immediately. Yeah, so you see that?
That's hilarious. No, I haven't seen this movie.
Yeah. Oh, it's Birdman, or The Unexpected Virtue of Ignorance. And it is absolutely brilliant. Hang on a second here. There's another. Oh, that didn't come out right. Here, just a second here. Oh, does that show?
It's still the first picture.
Okay, hang on a second here. Let me learning how this thing works.
Story of
Yeah.
my life.
Yeah, this one.
Oh, Emma Stone
Great.
is in it. Zach Galifianakis. Bunch of big names.
Yeah, a lot of big names. It was nominated for lots of awards at the Academy Awards, and there was a big controversy. Oh, Alessandro G. Inarritu is his name, the filmmaker. There was a big controversy because they disqualified the score, which should have won Best Score, but they disqualified it because it was all drums. It didn't. It only had one instrument.
And where does it say, oh, you can't qualify for this?
Well,
award?
they cited some tangential rules. This has happened before. One of my other favorite film scores is for a 1956 film called Forbidden Planet. And it's the first all electronic instrument film score.
Oh, very cool.
And it was all synthesizers, and it was done by this this couple in New York who were pretty much the only synthesizer artists around at the time. And it was a science fiction film, and they thought, hey, we should have an electronic, we should have a really science fiction-y sounding score. And so they did, and it's a brilliant score. It's one of the greatest scores ever recorded. And it was disqualified because they didn't consider it music.
And
actually,
people are listening to these days.
They actually required the Motion Picture Authority actually required that they not call it music in the credits for the film. They called it, electronic soundscape or something like that. Another big controversy, and in hindsight, there's so many films that are electronically scored today that I'm sure that
time. Nobody even knew it.
Yeah, and people don't know what to do with ahead of its time stuff.
Very true. That's
Yeah.
scary.
But anyway, so there we talked about film for 20 minutes. And one of my favorite subjects, definitely.
Look,
Oh yeah. You're never gonna wash that arm.
I know that I should because I am a grown woman. I'm not a
Oh,
child.
don't ever do that.
I didn't like.
Don't ever do that. I don't think of myself as a grown man, and I'm
Oh, you
3
don't?
times as old as you. No, not at all.
I just.
No, my
No.
arthritis reminds me occasionally that I have some city miles. I got some city miles on this car.
I don't know if you can see it, but it's like a little frog and it's wearing headphones.
Oh, I love that.
When I got picked up at the airport yesterday, both my boys, the first thing they spotted was my wristband, because anytime they go to like a fun event,
Right,
always
they
get
get a wristband.
and they literally wear them for as long as they possibly can until they're like disintegrating off of their wrist.
There you go.
And they were like, what did you do? Where have you been? What have you been up to? So they were funny guesses. They asked if I went to a museum. They said that I went to like a water park, an amusement park, a zoo, making all these, a movie. And I was like, no. And then one of them said something about music. And I was like, yes, I did go see music. Like essentially I went to a concert. And because of the picture, I don't know if you've ever heard of Crazy Frog. He used to be on a bunch of commercials, and they're just nonsense.
It's been 20 years since I've had a regular TV.
Well, I just remember like when Bluetooth first became a thing on your phone, Crazy Frog, or whatever his name is, whoever makes the music, you could download his songs for free to make them your ringtone.
Ringtones, yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, bum 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 bum. So they thought
I've had the same ringtone on my phone since my first iPhone, which was in 2007. All right, and I'm going to play for you my ringtone. If I can find it here.
But the moral of the story is they thought I went and saw Crazy Frog in concert.
Yeah.
And I was like, so close.
This has been my ringtone for all these years.
We'll let the people guess.
Yeah. Well, you won't entirely. I mean, you'll guess the melody because obviously it's Star Trek, but it's from the Wayne's World movie. When I don't know if you remember the original Wayne's World movie. Yes. They're lying on the hood of the car watching the planes land.
Big Wayne's World fan.
Right, and Garth starts whistling, and that's what he whistles.
Party time. Excellent.
Yeah. So that's actually the sound from the movie. And I've always loved it. I also have this other sound that I use for all of my alarms. And I played this for Ricky the other day and it cracked her up.
Well, I'm not a crook.
That that's not the alarm you wake up to, is it?
No. But I use it for a lot of, like when I have an alarm
Like
for
throughout
something.
the day alarm.
Yeah.
I'm like, that is very jolting if that's the first thing you hear every morning. I feel like that would.
Well, it starts with like a little cartoon explosion. It's a bunch of cartoon sounds.
Yeah.
Except right in the middle of it, it's got Richard Nixon saying, "Well, I am not a crook." Which, he was a cartoon president.
I just know that people used to use the masks of his face to like rob banks and stuff.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Or at least they do in the movies. I don't know if they did that in real life.
Yeah, I was actually voting age for his second term. See, that's how old the body is. The brain is still 12.
Stays young forever.
Yeah.
We'll never grow up. Or some.
I look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, when did that happen?
Or do I know you? Have we met before?
Yeah. Or I'm like, on my feet for too long, my knees start hurting, and I'm like, when did that happen?
Or if I'm sitting in the car, like on a longer car ride, if I'm sitting wrong, my knees hurt. Like it's the weirdest thing. So just weird little things like that where I'm like, yup.
Yeah.
Like that.
I'd give my eye teeth to be your age again. So, anyway, that was fun. I hope everybody had fun. I'm getting alerts here. I need to go.
Okay. We've got game night tonight at 6 p.m. Pacific for the Muggles.
At 1800, it's 6 p.m. for the Muggles.
Yes.
And I believe we're playing poker again.
Playing poker, and we have some fun topics that we'll be talking about while we play poker. Whereas last time we were just kind of like still trying to figure it out.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm having second thoughts about that. We'll talk about it a little bit, but I really want to do an episode on that subject because I think it's really important.
That's totally fine with me. I'm sure we'll have plenty of other crap to talk about that everybody's going to want to listen to.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So have a great day. That's what it looks like. We love you. And, listen to some music, watch a movie, have a great day. And we'll see you in 6.5 hours.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all. I got to find my mouse here.